everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Owltimate Sports Update. I am Brittany Wowabottom, and we have updates for your favorite sports around Temple. This past weekend's Fantastic Foursquare tournament had students on the edge of the bleachers. Reigning champion Timmy Two Bucks was knocked out of the fourth square by Sammy Snake Eyes during the second round in the third match, taking him out of the gameplay for the rest of the tournament. There was also a heated fight between Sally Smalltown and Denitra Dodson during the last round of Match 8 over an illegal double tapsy. Moving on to the Duck Duck Goose results from over the weekend, Malik Hightower successfully evaded all geese in double overtime this Saturday, securing the win for the Owls. Or should I say the Ducks? Either way, go Birds! This weekend's hide-and-seek games have students looking over their shoulders as the champion seeker, Larry Lotus, has not been able to find rookie hider Michael Slanson. Slanson still hasn't been found, so keep a lookout on campus. Now in the field, we have Chuck Noodle with an inside look at one of our top athletes, Lonzo Alfonso, and his journey to Temple through hopscotch.
It's been a big year for Lonzo Alfonso, Temple University's first and only collegiate hopscotch player, ranking 5th in the country after last season's Little Tykes Invitational in Orlando, Florida. Achieving nationwide success hasn't slowed Alfonso down, working day and night to secure that #1 spot.
Yay!
Hi, I'm Lonzo Alfonso. I'm a competitive hopscotch player. My parents got me into this. I train 6 times a week and I study film in my free time. A lot of people look at me pushing myself and go, "It's a game for children, please leave the playground. You're making the parents uncomfortable." Like all professional sports are games for children. The difference is, between me and them, is that this is everything to me. This is my life. It was my dad's life. It was his beginning and his end.
The game of hopscotch takes on new meaning for Alfonso, thanks to his father, veteran hopscotch player Gonzo Lorenzo Alfonso III.
My dad was a beast. He went out to train with me every day until he got purple lungs. All that sidewalk chalk he's been inhaled over the years messed him up. He can't hop. He can't even scotch anymore. All he could do was drink and yell. It was hell, but it was worth it.
And it certainly was.
Thank you, Chuck, for that meaningful story. It's time for the first break of our show. When we come back, we'll be jumping right into the behind the scenes of the hardest working rock, paper, scissors player. Don't go anywhere. Don't get off that couch or swipe out of the app. Owltimate Sports Update will be right back, like literally 60 seconds.
Introducing Bald and Beautiful Cream and Pistachio Miracle Grow, the only 2-for-1 deal for head and face transformation.
We asked 100 women what they love in a man, and the response was a smooth, shiny bald head and a nice mustache.
A small mustache and bald, no one's gonna love him. Look at his transformation.
Oh my goodness, I'm so shiny. And I have the best mustache in the world.
The results speak for themselves. Confidence is oozing off this gentleman.
With a bald and beautiful and Pistachio Miracle Growth, you're ready to take on the world.
Get the 2-for-1 deal today at the number listed below.
Welcome back to Owltimate Sports Update. This week was the Rock, Paper, Scissors Season Championship, and I got a first-hand look at the training it takes to be the highest-ranked Rock, Paper, Scissors player in the NCAA. This is NCAA 2-time Rock, Paper, Scissors champion, Rocco. Rocco P. Sicily's, last year's Rock, Paper, Scissors champion, has a strict training regimen he follows to stay on top. To some, rock, paper, scissors is nothing more than an unbiased way to decide things. But for Rocco, it's his livelihood.
You know, it was just a silly game that I played as a kid, and, you know, when I realized I never lost, I took that to the next level.
We've seen his training. Now it's time to see him in action right now at the Rock, Paper, Scissors Championship. As the results started to roll in, it was proof that his methods were successful as it was a win after win after win for Rocco. And that's 2 championships in the books for Rocco and for the Owls. Well, wasn't that great? I don't know what was more interesting, his training or this gorgeous face. Here in the studio with me, we have our show's beloved executive producer, Pat So-So. Thanks for being here, Pat.
It's nothing. I like to be as close up into the action, all up in the middle of it. I even shaved today. I put on my nice top. You better be thankful.
I surely am, Pat. This is a great show, thanks to our great executive producer. I have to ask you, Pat, what has been your favorite parts of Owltimate Sports Update?
I really enjoyed the time Hooter was in the house. It was Hooter. They were walking all around the back of our set and stuff. It was for my birthday, so Hooter came out and sang for me. Though, I thought it would have been Beyonce instead, but Hooter would do.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, Pat, but on a much lighter note, as of today, our show has been on air for 12 years. How does that make you feel?
Honestly, it makes me feel old, but Temple always reminds me how young and handsome I look since they gave me the email Mr. So-So. And everyone knows that I'm the sports guy here at Temple. I've always loved niche sports, and it's always nostalgic watching our programs.
Really? Well, I think the viewers would love to hear. What sports did you play back in your day?
Well, since you asked, I was a nasty red light, green light player. I was on the club team back in my college at Clark University. Honestly, they probably still forgot I was on their varsity soccer team for 4 years because I remember I was the best red light, green light player to ever grace that campus.
That's amazing. You seem like you were quite the athlete. So tell me, how did you end up as this show's executive producer when you were so into sports?
Well, after college, I was looking for a job in sports media, and I came across this posting to be a teleprompter operator. Not my dream job, but I said, what the hell, and applied. I got the job, and well, I did it, but I'll never touch a teleprompter again. It scares me.
Well, moving on to more sports. We have news of a disqualification of Randy Morris from the Heads Up 7-Up team in their first match of the season for peeking at his opponent's shoes. Pat, what do we think about this penalty?
Absolutely disgraceful. Heads Up 7-Up is a game to be respected and to test one's intuition. By cheating, you taint the authenticity of it. I surely think that this was a warranted penalty.
Yes, you and many others across Twitter feel the same way. What a tough way to start the season. Thanks again for being here, Pat. It is now time for our second break of this segment of Owltimate Sports Update. We'll be right back. And I mean literally right back. This is just a 15-second graphic, so don't move.
Are you a pro hopscotch player dealing with some extreme ankle pain? You may be entitled to financial compensation. Call 285-555-ANKLE-HURT. That's 285-555-ANKLE-HURT. And you'll be entitled to financial compensation. Again, that's 285-555-ANKLE-HURT.
Welcome back to Owltimate Sports Update. That was fast, wasn't it? Next up, we have another great athlete, this time with a compelling story. Stay tuned after this segment for a live interview with the athlete Nessa O'Brien.
Today I'm joined by all-star international curling athlete Nessa O'Brien. Nessa is from Ireland and she's been really crushing the curling competition here at Temple. Here with me right now is Nessa O'Brien. So Nessa, what can you tell us about curling?
So basically, you slide a heavy stone across the ice towards the target, but in Ireland we like to keep things more authentic, so we use potatoes. After the potato is pushed onto the ice, the team sweeps in front of it to guide it to the target. We eat the potatoes if we win. Victory mash tastes sweeter, you know, and if we lose, we boil them in shame, salted with our tears. Some people think curling's just bowling, but cold. And they're feckin' idiots. Curling's not some pub game, it's poetic violence on ice. I know I always have the luck of the Irish, but I also always wear my granny's good luck charm. I make sure to always represent my country. Curling is cold and it's cruel. It's got more drama than a season of Dairy Girls, but the blood we shed is for Ireland and its potatoes.
Well, thank you for your time today, Nessa.
'Twas a pleasure.
Welcome to this week's edition of Recess, where we highlight athletes with fascinating stories. How are you doing today, Nessa?
Top of the morning, it is a pleasure to be here.
Earlier, we got a chance to see you training for your curling, but I wanted to hear more about your backstory. Curling isn't the first sport people associate with Ireland, so how did you get into it?
When I first came to North America, I thought they were saying hurling, the classic Irish sport, but they were really saying curling, and I was intrigued. But when I found out it wasn't about curling your hair, I thought I'd still give it a try, but I decided to make it more Irish by adding potatoes, as you just saw.
You're such a natural, though. Why do you think you have this talent?
Well, I was a sheep herder back in Ireland. I used my skills from that to learn how to curl, because you're just herding the stone when it's out there on the ice. And when I was a kid, I also used to sweep the kitchen till it shined like leprechaun gold. So I've basically been training my whole life without knowing it.
Wow, sheep herding and sweeping kitchens. Who would have thought that was all it took? But, I mean, let's be honest, aren't Canadians just naturally better at curling?
Pug Mahone!
Well, now that's what you call an Irish goodbye. That's all we have for this edition of Owltimate Sports Update. Thank you all for joining us. Next week, we'll be talking about the Freeze Tag Conference Finals and the Leapfrog preseason opener. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Owltimate Sports Update. I'm Brittany Wobblebottom. Until next time, have a great rest of your week.